Okay, so today we have the topic of healthy lifestyles, and we have Denise, Maria. Maria, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and Elia. So tell me first, did anyone get around to reading any of the material for healthy lifestyle?
Yes.
Okay, so Maria, yes. Elia?
Yes,
Denise?
yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Honestly speaking, no.
Okay, well,
Unfortunately, I haven't enough time.
okay, well, that's all right. So we're talking today about healthy lifestyles, and we're going to say, what exactly is this healthy lifestyle? Who is it for? Are we living it? What do we need to live it? So I think it's an interesting topic, and I hope, well, maybe, Maria, do you want to say some things too? Because you haven't been with us for the last couple of sessions, so maybe you can introduce yourself, and we'll actually all introduce each other, but maybe, Maria, do you want to start?
Yes. I try to speak because my level is, I think, is intermediate. But I live in Egypt, and so this is a lot of people who speak English, and I try also to speak English, and I can listen to you and listen the other man and woman. But kind of me, it's very difficult to speak around my health. Yes, but I try. So I try to eat healthy food. Every morning I try to do some exercises like yoga or Pilates. So it's stretching, I think. And so eat a lot of vegetables and some fruits, and that's all.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty much a healthy sort of lifestyle. Well, what do you think, though? I mean, is that what you define as being a healthy lifestyle? It's eating well, exercise, that to you is a healthy lifestyle?
Yes, for me it's healthy lifestyle, but I'm not vegetarian. I eat meat and a lot of food like Coke. Some days I drink a Coca-Cola, but it's not healthy, of course. But I try to not drink, but for me it's difficult, I think.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're doing a great job, and that's all that really matters, I suppose. What about you, Denise? What do you think is a healthy lifestyle, and would you say that you're living one?
I'm living in Moscow. And about lifestyle, for me, lifestyle is about some holistic perception of life, of way of thinking, way of doing work or doing some house thing. For me, healthy lifestyle is many small features. I'm not saying that, for example, running much but eat not healthy food is a good way to have to obtain a good health. Or another way, good diet and doing exercise but sleep a small time, it's also not a good way. So for me, some complex, doing complex thinking.
Okay, so you're definitely, again, with this sort of healthy eating, exercise. What do you mean that you mentioned a good thing, sleeping? So, I mean, would you say that you have, in this sort of complex that you have, what is preventing you from getting that healthy lifestyle? Is it because you're not getting enough time to sleep? Is it because you don't know if you should exercise or sleep? Or what exactly is the conflict here?
I'm not sure that in English this term is also used. I'm an owl. I prefer
Owl, yes. Owl, yeah, owl.
Go to bed at the middle of night. after midnight, of course. But also I'm trying to awake not after midnight because I want to do many things at the day. To go to work, do some other thing, study something interesting, and so on. So usually I studying something at evening and part of night, or doing part of job that I skip previously. And also I set a clock to awake at morning and continue do some other important thing.
Okay, all right. So you've got this whole night owl thing. That's a very interesting thing to mention. Maybe we should all go through. What about you, Maria? Are you a night owl or an early bird? What would you say? Are you a night owl or an early bird? Maria, are you with us? Elia, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
Just
so
I'm waiting for Maria to
Maria,
ask.
I don't know. She just disappeared. Maybe she's got a connection problem because I don't see her muted. So maybe it's a connection issue.
Or, okay, perhaps. But as for me, I can see her icon. I can't understand why. Okay. She is
Yes,
writing
I'm
that she's
here.
here. Okay.
Did you listen me?
Yes.
It's just you.
Okay, now we can hear you. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. You listen me, yes?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes, and so I think I'm first, but can you repeat in English? What's the name of this? It's I'm not early. I'm I think
Okay.
because
A night owl or an early bird? I wrote it in the chat. You can see. Are you a night owl or an early bird?
night owl. Hello. Night. What's the second word?
Owl.
Owl. Okay, I'm night owl because yes, because I like to sleep in the morning. I think till 10 o'clock. For me, it's better, but every morning I must to wake up at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock because it's depend of my job, because I study French with children and with adults. And so I need to wake up earlier, but I don't like this.
Okay, well, it's one of those things in life, you know, you've got that
Yes.
conflict of everything. What about you, Ellie? Are you a night owl or an early bird?
You know, nowadays I'm a night owl, but actually I think I'm neither a night owl nor an early bird, because I can my lifestyle can be really different. It depends only on myself, I think. But it is sometimes it is difficult for me to wake up in the morning, early in the morning, but I need to do that also. So nowadays I'm mostly a night owl, but I think it is not very healthy style. So
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, healthy, not healthy. I think maybe it can be healthy, but not with the expectations that we have in everyday life, right? Because, I mean, if you have to start work at what, 9, 10 in the morning, you really can't wake up at 12 like a night owl would maybe like ideally do. I know that for me, I'm pretty much an early bird, and I'm up at 6, 7, maybe 8 at the latest. And the biggest problem that I had with that was when I was working and I had to start my day. My working day started at 3 or 4 p.m. and it went until 10 or 11 p.m. So you can imagine waking up at 6 a.m. and not getting home until maybe midnight. So that was the worst sort of problem for me. But again, it's what sort of job you have, and you know how healthy can your life be if you are naturally this type of person, but your daily schedule requires something else. So I think maybe that's an important thing, you know, how much our life schedules are compatible with our natural instincts. Maybe this isn't a question that's on the list, but maybe it's something that you can think of. How compatible would you say your life obligations are with your natural instincts, natural habits? Maybe let's start with Elia. What do you think?
I think that as I said before, I haven't got some certain natural instincts. I think only lifestyle. So if I would be able to construct my regime, my lifestyle, and wake up early in the morning, it would be perfect. If I wouldn't be able to do that, so it would be a crush, really. So
Okay, well that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
point. You're very flexible in that sense. So you think that you say that you're not naturally one way or another, so you just kind of adapt. That's a very good point. I think that's a very good characteristic to have in order to have this healthy lifestyle. What about you, Denise? Would you say that your lifestyle or your life obligations are compatible with your natural habits? You mentioned that, you know, you are this night owl. What would you say?
Partially yes, partially no. According to my instincts, I think my life will be rather healthier, but it is not compatible with my job and with some of my goals. I'm talking about studying something, spending time for exercise and so on. So when I'm at vacation, sometimes I sleep at 12 hours in a day. I can spend many time walking or cooking something interesting, but in real life I have no much time for this, and I try to find some balance between my mental health, between ability to work and do something effective, and spending much time as possible to important thing for me.
Okay, so yeah, trying to find that balance, very, very important thing. What about you, Maria? What would you say? What are your life obligations and your natural habits? How are they compatible, not compatible? How does that figure into this healthy lifestyle we're talking about?
So when I live in Dachau, it's winter time. Yes, I try to use my private time, like maybe it's around 12 from 12 to 6 till 6 p.m. Yes, I try to go to take a sun and for swimming. But if I live in St. Petersburg, it's like from May to October. Yes, it's very difficult because it's depend of weather. If the weather is cold, it's not easy to the street. Yes, because it's cold, and so in my apartments. I think I work or I see the video or something like this. But in Dachau, it's a lot of time for a healthy lifestyle, like yoga or sea and sun and swim every day. And so, as I say before, is eat vegetables and fruits also.
Okay, well, that's really good. And it's great that you have that opportunity, that availability. I guess you've got a lot of good fruits and vegetables there in Egypt, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where I am, I mean, I think that like you mentioned, Maria, weather, that's definitely a factor that, we got to think about too. For me, yes, I feel like when the weather, for example, where I'm in Croatia in summer, if it's too hot, that inhibits my healthy lifestyle because I can't get out and just take a walk, just walking to the store to buy groceries or something like that because it's so hot. And so that sort of natural exercise and fresh air, it's not really a possibility. Yes, you can go to the beach and that's lovely and relaxing in that sense, but it's not the same sort of active use of your legs and getting your heart moving and stuff like that. Whereas in the winter, we have so much rain and wind that, again, it makes it very difficult to get out and just go for a walk. It's not like snow where you can just brush snow off. It's like you're completely soaked and there's a wind that's blowing you halfway down the street. So again, I think that's sort of my life obligation / weather condition conflict with natural habits, because I really need to be active. I need to be walking. If I can't walk and walk fast, that's a big problem that I have because I'm quite tall. I'm about 180 centimeters. And so it's difficult for me to walk slowly. If I'm walking with people that are shorter than me, I feel like it's a real struggle for me to walk slowly. So if I'm walking with people that are shorter than me, it's a conflict for my sort of natural instinct is to walk fast and to, burn energy and just move. So yeah, that's kind of my sort of conflict. What about this whole, I don't want to say concept, or maybe it's a theory, maybe it is reality. Is living a healthy life, is this healthy living a luxury? Denise, what do you think? Is healthy living a luxury? Is it something that's only available or only really possible, accessible for the wealthy? What do you think?
I think now this is not a fact, but this is a trend. So there are many possibilities, and to make life more healthy, more comfortable, to support physical and mental fit, and so on. But all this possibility needing money or time or both. So yes, to keep a very good fit, it's a kind of luxury. Not all people can have ability to do all of this thing. And another also there are few research that keeping fit all life really increase lifelong and decrease probability of illness. So yes, I think few years after now, probably 10 or 12, maybe a little bit more, this will be a luxury, because there will be a bunch of technologies which generally increase possibility to keep fit, to be healthy, and not all of these technologies will be accessible to all people.
Okay, yeah, that's very interesting. This trend and this prediction that you have for the future, how it's going to become more of a luxury. I think we'll definitely have to see how this all progresses. What about you, Maria? Do you think that this healthy living is a luxury? What would you say?
About my life?
Or your life, and then in general, what would you say? Is it a luxury? Is being able to live a healthy life a luxury?
I think now is very good because I have a good weather, and so I think yes, because I have a lot of time, as I say, for to do some special for my health, yes, and so yes, I think yes.
Okay, so it's good that you have that luxury in that sense. What about you, Elia? What do you think? Is it a luxury? Is living healthy a luxury?
I think that luxury and healthy lifestyle are not connected directly, but as Denise mentioned before, I think yes, for uh, wealthy people there are perhaps much more possibilities to use that um, I don't know, accommodations to improve their lifestyle, to make it more healthy, to use some healthy products. But uh, actually, a healthy lifestyle is very simple one. So we don't need much money. So healthy food, it is usually simple food. And healthy lifestyle includes lots of working. So we don't need some more uh, we don't need a lot of things just to work. I would say we need nothing to work a lot.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. These are really good points you make, Elia. I mean, it is interesting because that is the sort of, natural understanding of healthy lifestyle, right? Being very in tune with earth, being very simple, making your own food, not buying these packaged processed products and what have you. And yet it should be so simple. It should be so cheap. I know that, for example, in the United States, there's an ongoing joke, right? If you go out to eat, you go to a fast food restaurant, McDonald's or something like that, and you go and you get a hamburger, and the hamburger costs $1, right? And if you go to a restaurant and you want to order a salad is going to cost you $12. Yeah. So people go and they say, well, look how much it costs to have a healthy life. You're going to pay $12 for a salad. I don't have $12 for a salad, but I have $1 for a hamburger, right? And yet what it doesn't seem to come to people's minds is that you could go to the market and buy the lettuce and buy the tomatoes and the cucumbers and, all the seasoned oils and, vinegar or whatever. And you could make a big salad and your whole family could have the salad. And it wouldn't cost you, maybe it would cost you $5 or $6 or $7, but it would be for the whole family. But it's, again, not what people have been programmed to think. People have been, at least in the US, people have been programmed to think that eating healthy means spending a lot of money and getting less for your money. I think that right now we're seeing a different trend. As Denise was mentioning, it is this new trend that you have. And for example, in the States, I think in UK too, you'll see that you have these people who are really kind of embracing this new concept of, okay, getting back and being healthy. But what you also see are these health companies, right? Again, it's always about business. It's always about how much money we can make. And you see that they're selling things, like energy drinks and immune system boosting juice and things like that. And it's expensive. And people really seem to believe that if they're spending this money, it means that they're taking healthy living into control. I know that it's interesting. There's this one girl that I went to school with long, long time ago. And she's involved in one of these health companies, one of these multi-level marketing companies. And she buys this juice, okay, this immune juice, and it costs $70 for 1.5 liters of this juice. And her family goes through, I don't know, 3 or 4 liters a day. And she's so enthusiastic about spending this money and proving that spending this money means that her healthy family is going to be even healthier. Again, I think that we see this sort of understanding of luxury in a different way. Again, it's about money. Doesn't have to be about money. I think that what we've mentioned, what Elia mentioned too, is that it's about being simple. And I think we can all be simple if we really are into that. But let's get maybe back to another question. If we're talking about food, if we're talking about exercise, which do you think is more important when it comes to a healthy lifestyle? Maria, what do you think?
For healthy lifestyle, I think it's very important is to take a diet. Yes, it's
Okay.
like yeah, diet. Yes, it's correct name.
Well, I mean, there's two different understandings of diet. There's diet meaning just what you eat, and there's diet meaning like you know, you're abstaining from something, or you're eating something in particular, or you're, you know, trying to lose weight. So there are two different understandings of the word diet.
No, not to lose weight, not to lose weight. I mean to take a food like no, like for your health. Yes, it's say it. It's healthy food. Yes, like yes, like I don't know how to say it. It's like kasha for the morning. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you're talking about being on a having this. So I understand this healthy
food. Yes, like not to take not to eat a lot of sugar like this with coffee. Yes, because now I try to drink coffee without sugar, and this maybe around 1 month. So I do this, and now it's good. It's better for me, I think. And I also not eating some bread. Yes, I try don't eat bread, but I eat just on the morning with maybe with butter and with chocolate pasta. Yes, but it's just on the morning, and I try to eat a lot of fruits in the morning for my health. So if I if I do exercise, yes, it's also better for my health and for my body. Yeah, so
okay, so you're definitely into what you're eating. You are what you eat. You'd say that that's definitely the case. The sort of concept of you are what you.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, that's the whole thing. You are what you eat. So you're definitely on top of that.
Yes, what you eat. Yes,
right.
Yes, I understand this.
Okay, Elia, what about you? What do you think is more important? Diet, exercise, maybe something else? What do you think?
I think yes, diet is very important because we must think what we eat. Exercises they are also very important, but here one should be very careful because it is also not very good when you exaggerate and do lots of exercises, because I know that for when it's my own experience. I have been running for some time, for some period, so I wanted to get some goals, but it was rather difficult for me because naturally I'm not very physically educated person. I don't like just moving, something like that. For me, it is much more pleasant just to watch TV and to sit somewhere to drink tea and have a warm talk with friends. So doing exercise is very difficult for me. I need to make some support to begin that, and for me it should be slowly, because if it is in a rush and in a very high level and temp, I become very soon exhausted and just lose any interest.
Okay, that's fair. You know, having that sort of motivation definitely is an important thing when it comes to exercises and what have you. What about you, Denise? What do you think? Which is more important when it comes to healthy lifestyle? Diet, exercise, maybe something else? What do you think?
To my mind, most important is a good balance, because if skip one important part, for example, fully skip diet and feed only by unhealthy food, other exercise or rest or good medicine will not help generally. So the most important is a good balance. Also moderation, because some diet is not, some medical diet is not so good as for all people, as described in instructions. Also, critical amount of exercise is also not good. So to my mind, moderation and a good balance. As there are good illustration of its idea, it looks like a barrel which consists from plank of different height. You can have fill this barrel by water only to top of the shortest plank. So yes,
Okay,
to my mind, yes, the most critical is balance.
Yeah, balance. That's a very, very good point. And I agree with you with the balance. I mean, yes, both exercise and diet are important, and staying active, doing something, and making sure you're watching what you're eating. You are what you eat. If you're going to be eating junk, you're going to have that sort of unhealthy consequence on your life. What I think is also important is, as Ellie mentioned too, that motivation and that state of mind. I think this is something that, at least for me, is really important, because if you don't feel good about yourself, I mean, psychologically, emotionally, something like that, or about something else in your life, you can eat well, you can exercise, but I think that our psychological state has a lot to do with it too. And I think this is something that maybe we don't pay so much attention to, because we're thinking about, oh yeah, I've got to go to the gym, I've got to go swim, I've got to go to yoga, I've got to, go play basketball, I've got to eat well, protein, no gluten, lots of fruits, no sweets, all these things that we're putting on ourselves. But then it's like also the psychology of it all. Where are we? If you're miserable about your job, are you going to have that motivation to go out and eat well and to exercise? Or if you have some other problems with your family, same thing. I think that we have to, as you mentioned, Denise, this whole sort of balance and the bigger picture too, so focusing on this psychological state of mind too is also very important for our health, because our mental health also reflects on our physical health and vice versa. What about, I think, Denise, you mentioned this about healthy living and a trend. If it's a trend, do you think that it is going to be something that stays, or is it going to be replaced by something else? What is your outlook when it comes to the future of living healthy? Maria, what do you think?
My future living healthy?
Or about
because
healthy your future, or how you think you fit into the sort of trend of healthy living? Because people say, oh yeah, healthy lifestyle, it's really important. What about you? Do you think that it's something that you are someone who embraces this, as you say, with keeping active and eating well? Do you think it's something that you will stick with, even if maybe in 5-10 years people are going to decide, no, it's better to be a couch potato and sit and do nothing?
Yeah. Yes. So I think the last 3 or 5 years, I think a lot of people, most of people, want to live with healthy. Love to try to eat healthy food and something like that. And now a lot of populars in Dachau and vegetarian also is most popular here and in St. Petersburg. Yes, I have a lot of friends who eat only vegetables and no eat meat and no eat fish and also как это сказать? Okay, only vegetables, I think.
I mean, this vegan diet, right?
Vegan diet. Yes, vegan diet. I want to try last summer, but I think if I start maybe 5 days and I'm eat meat, start again, and so I don't want to start. And maybe next year or next summer. But for me, very important for healthy And for my future health is to do some exercise. Yes, and if I do this, my body say me, yes, thank you very much, something like that. Because I do windsurfing in Dahab and in Rhodes. It's also very important because it's very good training for all body. Maybe yoga it's for stretching body, and windsurfing is for all muscles. Yeah, it's a very healthy lifestyle for me and for my family also. And about my future health, I think if I do windsurfing and some exercise and food healthy products and something like this, I think it will be great. But it's so very difficult because every day I meet a lot of people who wants to give me some cakes or some bad food like Coca-Cola and chips. It's my friends, yes, and so difficult to don't eat this because every day, because every day I meet them, and yeah, he told me yes, just one time. But it's not good. But of course I eat, but not every day. I try maybe 1 or 2 times per week.
Okay, well, that's fair, but it sounds like you're on top of this. You know what healthy life is. You know what your just general lifestyle is, and it's working for you. So all the power to you, Maria. What about you, Elia? What do you think? I mean, if this is a trend, do you think you're going to continue to try to live healthy depending on what sort of trends there are? Is it something that is important to you, or is this sort of healthy lifestyle something that you can maintain and want to maintain on your own volition? What do you think?
Of course, healthy lifestyle is very important, and as for me, I've got rid of eating chips and drinking cola for, I don't know, for 5 years, because my liver said no, no more chips and no more cola. But the big problem for me just being more physically active. That's really great problem because my lifestyle is not so active, unfortunately. But what I try to do to reach the aim of healthy lifestyle, to be more closer to that dream, just to cook simple food. Frankly speaking, I don't like cooking much. So for me, it is very important to have simple dishes with simple ingredients, and I'm not ready to cook it for a long time. Half an hour or or an hour is the highest point for me. So nowadays I try to eat healthy foods, but I would like to be more active in future, because I think it's also important.
Okay, that sounds very good. And I mean, yeah, trends set aside, it's what you feel motivated to do. And I think that it's great that you've got that sort of goal for yourself. What about you, Denise? What do you think? Do you think, you mentioned it's a trend? Will you continue to want to live this healthy lifestyle depending on how the trend changes? What do you think?
I prefer to split real healthy lifestyle and some kind of fashion, because to my mind, mostly now some articles, discussions about wellness, health, it's most about fashion. It's not about trying to really understand how our body works and how we should live to be more effective and to keep a better fit. So I try to find some really important thing which really affected my life or proven by some science research something else. For example, Coke is not evil itself. Its problem is only in amount of sugar. But another kind, we can't live without sugar. So some quantities, it's a part of normal food. We can get sugar from different sources, and Coca-Cola probably can be one of these sources in some quantities.
Okay, yeah, like you said, matter of balance and moderation, and this is something that's important too. Yeah, yeah.
For example, I smoked 3 years ago, but I find that it's hard to keep concentration for me. And I do some experiment. I stop smoking and find that I can concentrate well and be more effective in my job. So I stopped smoking. About food, I'm trying to vegetarian diet, but I find that do it well balanced and get all necessary vitamin and other important components of food. It's hard. It's spending more time of cooking, and it's not as simple. Yeah, so I'm not find any features in such way.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, a very good point that you make there. And I think that, well, I mean, that's the thing, like you said so many times about this balance and about keeping all of this healthy lifestyle. And yeah, I mean, I think those are really good points that you make. And what I'm reminded of a lot when it comes to like healthy lifestyles and what have you, is when I was growing up in the US in the 80s and the 90s, there was a really big, I don't want to call it a trend, but it was definitely a lifestyle where people didn't really care about what they were eating. You know, if you had a choice of eating a healthy dinner or, you know, a bag of potato chips, most kids would always want a bag of potato chips. And if, for example, your mother made you a nice lunch for school, if you had the nice lunch, you weren't cool. You were cool if you had, you know, crackers and salamis and all of this junk, cookies and crackers and what have you. And I think that definitely was a big trend that you saw in the States back then. I mean, this is what, 20, 30 years ago. But what we see now is the way that things have changed, and people have really realized that that's not the best way to live your life, you know, to have this ready-made food that's just quick and easy and full of salt and sugar and what have you. Yes, your body needs salt. Yes, your body needs sugars. But again, it's a matter of moderation, as Denise said, you know, as we're all been kind of mentioning. Maria too, you know, with Coca-Cola. Okay, we're all guilty of having Coca-Cola from one time or another, and that's okay. It is. I'm not gonna, you know, be some sort of, I don't know, like abstinence promoter of like, don't drink Coca-Cola ever, because I don't think that's necessarily complete reality. But then at the same time, there's the other extreme when you've got people who are drinking Coca-Cola like it's water, you know, and I think that that's something that we're seeing a change from even now with the companies themselves. Like Coca-Cola is making more juices, making more waters, you know, bottled waters and what have you. So I think that, yeah, that is something that's the trend. We can see that, but we also see that people themselves, all of us, I think, are good examples. But I think most people realize that, you know, if you don't eat healthy, if you don't exercise, if you don't take care of your body, you're going to have more problems, whether it be with your weight or your just, you know, mental state and all these other things. So I think that, yeah, we're all going to take care of ourselves. We're all smart people. We're not dependent on commercials for potato chips and Coca-Cola and whatever. So let's get to another question. How do you feel about people who don't embrace healthy lifestyles? Because I think we've all kind of mentioned that we either do or we're trying to, and, you know, it's something we understand. But what about people who are just saying, the heck with it, I don't care, I'm going to have Coca-Cola, you know, just drink Coca-Cola all day and exercise? Who needs exercise? What do you think? Denise, what do you think? How do you feel about people who just completely don't care about healthy lifestyles?
It's only his their own choices. So I have two good examples according to my relatives. one man smoking all time very much, but he live, as I remember, more than I try to 80, 80 years. Yes, more than 80
Okay.
years.
Okay.
And another kind, yes, my grandma, she trying to be rather healthy. She rather often go to a doctor to keep his health. She cook fresh food every day, and she cooked very well. But she died earlier than 60.
It's yeah. I mean, that's
So
very unfortunate.
yes,
It's life. You never know. You never know. You can do everything right, and yeah, it's
yes. So for
yeah.
me, it's a choice for every people. I find that something is really increase quality of my life and help me in my goals. So I do this. I trying to keep up these ideas and trends. But probably some people can get more uh, mm, satisfaction, more practicing in a not healthy way of life, and this may be more important for these people. So it's choice for everybody.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point there. Personal choice. Maria, what do you think? How do you feel about people who don't live healthy lifestyles?
I think it's his problem. Like Daniel say, yes, it's the point of people. If some people or I have a lot of friends who food healthy, but of course I have a friends he didn't like healthy food. They smoke cigarettes, they drink alcohol and something like that. But it's choice of them. I'm quietly about this. Yes, it's not my problem. You know, if it will be my children's or my parents of my husband, yes. I think I told about that with them, but this is only my friends, and they're 30 or 31 years. And I think it's normal with this age because you can live. How can you want, yes, and so if you want to smoke, me also, I smoke shisha in Egypt every day, maybe twice a day, because here all people smoke shisha, and so
If
yes.
everyone else is doing it, just follow the crowd.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not healthy, but I like this. I'm not drink alcohol and I'm not smoke cigarettes, but I smoke shisha. It's with my friends. It's time for it's calm time. Yes, time for to speak about the situation of world, to discuss обсуждать
Discuss or debate.
discuss,
Yeah.
yes, yes, discuss, yes, because I know speak French, but discuss, yes, it's like discuter in French, and so we discuss a lot of them, yes. With shish, and for me it's very important in Egypt. But only this. So a lot of people here smoke, yes, all, and drink a lot of alcohols. But so as I say, it's only this, only the choice of them. And nothing to do with this problem, and so it's depend of his age, I think.
Okay. that's fair enough. Again, to each his own. What about you, Elia? What do you think? How do you feel about people who choose not to lead a healthy lifestyle?
I think that first of all they're young and healthy. That's why they don't think about healthy style. As for me, I also haven't thought about that many years ago. So I think it's normal and really their choice. But the more elder you become, I think the more you think about healthy lifestyle, and especially when you've got children, it is also become important.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you mean there. I mean, in general, when it comes to other people, like, all right, everyone can do their own thing, and that's fine. I've got friends who have, are vegans, and they're really kind of into that, and sometimes they can see like, oh, why are you eating meat? Oh, that's gross. It's like, hey, it's not your business, that sort of thing. Or you have other people who are maybe smoking and drinking all the time, like, hey, live life, drink, smoke like me. Like, okay, don't push me into something. More or less, I'm okay with that. What I think I have a problem with people who don't live healthy is when they try to push it on someone else, and that goes to both extremes. If someone has got a very healthy lifestyle and they're trying to push that healthy lifestyle on someone else, that bugs me. If someone is living very unhealthy and they're pushing it on someone, again, that bugs me. As a mother, what kind of bothers me about this sort of unhealthy stuff is that you try to teach your children to, eat well and take care of themselves, and that maybe you're going to a friend's house or you're at the playground or something like that, and you've packed apples and bananas and like a nice little snack or something like that, and the kid next to yours has got bags of chips and is stuffing chips and sugary water and juices that aren't really juice, and you think, well, I'm trying to teach good habits, but then the mother of this other child who's eating horrible things is saying, well, what's wrong with you? Let the kid have some fun. And again, it's when other people come into your space, in your business, that's the only problem I have. And that's with both extra healthy people and completely unhealthy people. But again, that's just an issue. Like we all kind of mentioned, do your own thing and mind your own business. I think that's all kind of what it comes down to. I think we've got time for one more question. And let's maybe talk about the long-term benefits of living a healthy lifestyle. What do you think those long-term benefits are? Elia, what do you think? Long-term benefits of healthy lifestyle.
I think it is long-term benefits mostly connected not with duration of life, because as we have discussed, sometimes healthy lifestyle and long life, they are not connected directly, but I think the quality of the life depends very much on healthy lifestyle. So if you want to have good quality of life, it's better to keep a healthy lifestyle. That's my point of view.
Okay, so keep it, it's worth it. What about you, Maria? What do you think? What are the long-term benefits of this healthy lifestyle?
So I think most important benefits for me is good health, yes, and good body. Because if you eat directly, if you eat healthy food, yes, so you are and so if I eat healthy food, and if I train, if I do something exercise and something like that, yes, in the future you will be good health and a good body, and so this is what can I say? That is benefits. It's very important for a healthy lifestyle. So that's my point of view.
Okay. Having good body, good health, that's definitely a benefit.
Yeah.
Denise, what do you think? What are the long-term benefits of this healthy lifestyle?
healthy lifestyle, the most benefit for me is that it helped me to achieve my goals. So if I be in a better mental fit, I can do my job faster and obtain time for studying something or to my hobbies. Uh, so for me, it's only some helpers to achieving my goals. Also, good health is a way to not spend much time to medicine, to going to a doctor. So for me, it's mostly about mostly the helper.
Denise, are you there?
Oh yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can now. Okay. You were just kind of breaking up. I don't know if you were pausing or if there was a connection issue.
Probably. So should I repeat?
Yeah, why don't you repeat?
Okay. For me, keeping good form and um, uh, providing, not providing, it's using keeping a good form. It's mostly about helping to achieving some goals. So if I be in a better mental form, I can do my job faster and obtain additional time to studying something or to my hobby. Also, I can get more money by work and get some traveling. So for me, it's mostly about helping in my goals, helping in my life.
Okay, health. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. You're living a healthy life, and if you do that, you're going to hopefully just, I mean, make your life better because you don't want to be ill and have problems with your health. I mean, there's so many things you don't have control of in life. It's nice to be able to have that control over something and to take that sort of aspect of your health into your hands. So I think that I mean, this was an interesting conversation, you guys. I think we had a nice discussion about these different aspects of healthy living and what we do and how we're healthy. Anyone have any ideas for the next conversation club? Any suggestions for topics?
Yes, maybe we will speak about New Year or Christmas time.
Like New Year, holidays. We talked about holiday shopping.
Yes,
was it last time?
Yes.
But
shopping. Yes, shopping.
we already talked about. We've already done a whole show. We did a whole conversation club on the shopping. But maybe on the holiday itself, what do you think? On New Year's, on this New Year's holiday,
Yes,
break
New Year
time.
holidays, it will be great. It's very interesting, and now it's very useful for this time.
Okay. Denise, Elia, what do you think?
I have no interesting ideas. Yes, I agree. As some viewpoint on the New Year topic, we can also discuss some different traditions because there are many different traditions in different countries according to New Year in different regions, of course. So
That's a good idea. I like that. So, New Year's, Christmas, and traditions associated with those in different countries. Let's try to do some sort of. I've got an idea then. Maybe we should all kind of think about what we can. I mean, we all have these sort of different experiences. Maybe we can explain what we know about different cultures. Does that work? We can talk about that?
yes.
Yeah? Does that sound good? Maria, Elia, what do you think?
Yes, I agree also.
Okay.
It's very interesting, yeah.
Yes, I agree too.
Okay, I think that's a very interesting idea, interesting topic, and I hope to, well, not see you, but hear you all next time for this New Year, Christmas holiday tradition and customs. I think that's going to be a really, really fun conversation club.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Daniela, personally.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Denise, Maria, and Elia for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Take
Thank you,
care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.